Right, everyone. I found this article. It's about how we're the most valuable franchise to FSG. And there's a little breakdown of the ownership here because there's 3% dynasty equity. If you want to know about the breakdown of the ownership, it's by an article in the Boot Room. But the history is they bought the club in 2010 for 300 million. It's now valued at 4 billion. But if we're the most profitable franchise or whatever, why do they not really support us? Why do they just keep the wallet shut? If you look on Martin's Red Raw LFC channel, you'll see he's done something on FSG and James Pearce. I've just watched that. And he's right. Absolutely right. And when he says regime, I can't think of a better word. I don't think I can say anything other than that video is 100% accurate. But we're stuck with FSG. I enabled an example in a previous video. I can't remember which video it is. I think I've mentioned it twice. But it's on about transfers. And I used Burnley as an example. This season alone, I don't know which window it was. I'd have to look. But they spent £18 million on a player. In the past 3 transfer windows, we've probably spent nearly half of that. This is Liverpool. That's Burnley. Our average window spend could for the past 2-3 windows would probably match close to somebody like Wrexham or a struggling championship side. We have a massive global fan base. You see it from the pre-season tours. The fans are there everywhere. The worldwide revenue must be surely decent. So why can we not buy anybody? Why do we have to sell to buy? Is my point. It's a flaming joke. And words fail me with FSG at times, they really do. I mean, yes, they've done right by the stadium and the infrastructure and getting a stable financial footing, but their plans seem don't make sense. They want success, they want to make money. And the best way to make money is Champions League. But with the potential of a huge transition this summer, we may not even make the Champions League next year because of what they do this summer. So if they don't potentially invest heavily, we could be left floundering. Because assuming all goes well for Man City and their charges are all brushed under the carpet, they'll spend. They spent like nearly 200 million this January. I'm sure somehow Man United will spend, Chelsea will spend, Arsenal will spend. I'm sure Newcastle will strengthen. I'm sure Aston Villa will strengthen. We will have our expectations managed by our owners. We will monitor the players heavily, and then probably come in last minute with a bid that's not likely to be accepted, to say, oh, we tried, but there's nobody else. I'm starting to lose faith completely. Not with the club, but with the way the club's ran. I'll always care for the club. But it makes me not want to put money into, say, buying a shirt or a scarf or go to a match. If it's going into some FSG coffers to, say, fund fuel for a yacht or somebody's shoe collection. And fans should have a voice, and they do. That's why I'm speaking out. Martin spoke out. And we're just two of many fans who aren't happy with FSG. They really aren't. We're not content with how they run things. And what happens when we voice our opinions? We get the top Reds. Alright, you've heard them mentioned before. They're the Twitter accounts, the social media things, the YouTube groups, that whatever FSG do, the sun shines out of their behind. FSG can do no wrong. FSG are gods. And what do they get in return? They might get exclusive interviews. They might get a one-on-one interview with Trey Naoni. Whippy bloody do. And you get some of the journalists. And was it James Pearce who called out fans for wanting players bought? Was it James Pearce who called them idiots? If it wasn't James Pearce, I do apologise. But I'm pretty sure it was. I think that's who Martin mentioned in his video as well. Sorry, but we're entitled to our opinion as well. If you're not going to accept our opinion or respect us, why should we respect you? And if there is top Reds, etc. watching this, thinking how dare he criticise FSG, there's a little symbol, there's a little gesture you can do. It's called, you get a fist, you roll your hand over and you raise the middle finger upwards. That's to the top Reds, okay? If I have an opinion, I'm damn well going to say it. And it's the journalists and the channels that say, we don't need investment, we're doing fine, we're top of the league. Well, we are, yes, but we've got no right backs. Quanta's filling in there. Canate could be injured, so who's going to fill in there? They could say, oh, you could play Endo. Endo might be needed to cover for Grav. So we could play a centre back at right back, midfielder at centre half. It's ridiculous. You apparently pulled the plug on a deal for Nunes to go to Saudi. He was all ready to go, and this is according to Here We Go by Romano, his YouTube. And I'm not saying he's right, but if he is right, you could have got money for him. He rarely scores anyway. To be fair, we have Gakpo, Jota, Diaz, Salah, Chiesa, Elliott in attacking positions. Dan's was fit as well at that point in time. Seven options for 3 places. Okay? You could have sold Nunes for, say, 70 million, or whatever it was that was offered. Got a midfielder. Surely we could have recalled Bajcetic from loan. There's a free midfielder there. There's who was it? Man City bought a holding midfielder to cover for Rodri. Could have bought him. There's 2 midfielders there. And still some change. We could have strengthened elsewhere. And when we played a cup final, we needn't have been tired in the midfield, which we were. And then we get so-called top red journalists and Twitter idiots telling us we didn't need to spend. We're in, what was it we were told at the start of January? Oh, we're in 4 competitions. Okay, we didn't spend. We were in 4 competitions, I can't lie. Plymouth came along. 4 became 3. PSG came along. 3 became 2. Newcastle came along, and we have 1. And there's a very good chance that the squad isn't refreshed enough, because we haven't got enough legs. To cope there is that chance. That wouldn't be down on Slot. Slot can only pick who's available. And I know people say, he could have rotated and rotated. What happens if he doesn't trust the player he's got? What happens if he doesn't trust, say, Endo? At that point in time? And fans like us, we voice our opinions, we get shut down. It has to stop. It has to absolutely stop. These so-called top reds, they're not top reds. They just want to kiss the behind of somebody higher up for perks and privileges. And there's other fans who care about the club. And we get shut down. No. I'm sick of it. Sooner FSG sell to somebody who's a football owner, the better. You look at the ambitions for City's owners, they want to win. It means everything to them to win trophies. Ours, it means everything for them to win the balance sheet. City play their success on the pitch, FSG play their success on the spreadsheets. And it has to stop. So yeah, it's a bit of a rant for you to read tomorrow, but I'm sick of them. Absolutely sick of them. And if it hadn't been for people asleep at home, I'd probably be a lot more ranty. But I'm having to keep voice down. And that's a struggle at the moment, because I'm annoyed. I waited 30 years for a league. And then wondered, am I going to wait another 30? Came close once. Got nearly so close last year. Within touching distance this year. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling now, but hey, it's my video. I'll say what I want. And if people want to have a go at me, fine. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I just want what's best for the club, and I don't think that's FSG long term. Alright everyone, for those that care and support, thank you. To me, you're the true fans. Those that care for the club. Watch Dunk at Cop Talk. Watch Martin at Red Raw LFC. But if you Google them, put Red Raw LFC, not just... Make sure you put the LFC on the end, right? And Gareth, Top Heights of Anfield, and there's Adam at AKM LFC. Watch them, they're true fans, okay? Craig at Anfield Agenda, true fan. The people like James Pearce and these other high up, what's the word, socialite? I don't even know if socialite is the right word. Those that shut us down when we voice an opinion, no time for you, no respect for you. Alright, thank you very much for your support, thank you very much for listening to me rant. Take care everyone.